Hi everyone and happy Tuesday. I hope you had a lovely day yesterday. I hope you enjoyed the reading. This is your daily reading for Tuesday, May 21st, 2019. I'd like to, of course, thank you for being here. If you're new to the channel, obviously, I really appreciate you being here. If you're not new to the channel, I even more appreciate you because you let me know I haven't been talking alone. Thank you guys so much for your messages. Thank you so much for reaching out and your kindness and your love. I really appreciate having you here. So without further ado, we're going to get started. I'm going to be looking at your your overall energy, and then your spiritual message, your physical message, and then any other messages we may need from that today. So let's go ahead and get started. So as usual, make sure you're kind of in the space where you're ready to receive this message. For whoever this reading is meant for, whoever is here to receive this for this day, Tuesday, May 21st, 2019, what is their overall energy? What is the overall energy for this day, Tuesday, for whoever is here to receive and take in this message? What is the overall energy for Tuesday, May 21st, 2019? Please and thank you. Inner trust. So today is a day for you to just kind of listen to yourself. There's something inside of you trying to get either a message out to you, or it's like, like you're walking down the street and you're not necessarily paying attention and you're just about to step out into the street and something just in your heart pulls you back, and immediately a car goes past that wasn't going to stop if you've been, out there in the street. Okay, so like trust yourself. That's your gut. That's your inner guide, and it's trying to tell you either whether you're safe or not, and it's trying to tell you, whether a choice is the right choice. And especially because we have this number 2 here, there is the possibility you're facing a choice today, and this is a message to trust yourself no matter what it is that comes up today. Okay, have some trust within yourself. Trust your intuition, your faith, your process. Just trust yourself. So what are your spiritual messages for whoever this reading is meant for? What is the message from their spirit or their higher self, from those beings that guide them? What is the message their spirit needs to hear or needs to know or is trying to tell their consciousness? What is the spiritual, emotional message or standing for the person this reading is meant for this day, Monday, May 21st, 2019? Please and thank you. You have the 9 of Wands. So I think, you're kind of either wanting comfort, or you're just in a very comfortable place, but you're not really sure about the stability of that comfort. Okay, so it's like, you're chilling and like, okay, I guess this image itself, she's chilling, she thinks she's safe, she thinks she's in a place where nothing can harm her, but then there's this hidden creature behind her, and it could, want to eat her. It could just be watching over her. So there's this sense of not necessarily being as sure about how comfortable your situation is as you could be, or being way more sure than you should be. And it could be either one of those. I feel like I do want to pull a couple of cards just to see if we can get a clarification on which one that may be. Can you please clarify this 9 of Clubs for me, this 9 of Wands? Please clarify what the meaning of. Is it that they're too comfortable and need to be on the lookout, or is it that they're kind of paranoid or worried about their comfort and unable to really realize just how safe they actually are? What is the message this 9 of Clubs is trying to share with us, or this 9 of Wands? Please and thank you. So you have the 7 of Cups, and then you have the 3 of Cups. So I think you're good. Whoever you are, you're pretty safe. You're in a position where you have a lot of choices to make, but these aren't like going to be choices that are life or death. It's not, it's just telling you have opportunities coming out of the wazoo. You have a lot to celebrate. There are people in your corner. There are people who care about you. There are people who are willing and ready to support you, to be there for you and say, hey, guess what? We love you. We're here for you. We'll take care of you, and, there's just all these opportunities are falling into place for you. So I think this is a very lucky time, especially because 7 has been considered a lucky number and so has 3, and you got both 3 and 7 here. And then 9 is a number of idealism. It's a number of, just kind of lofty goals, lofty things. So I think there's a lot of joy for you today. I think there's a lot of pleasure and a lot of comfort for you. And again, a lot of opportunities are coming to you to be able to get to that pleasure and get to that comfort. I think spiritually, you're in a very good place. I think it's a time for you to celebrate. I think you've grown a lot. I think you've learned a lot about yourself over the last year, over the last 7 months especially. I think you've learned a lot about who you are and a lot about your relationships, especially since the beginning of the year. So I think that where you are spiritually is where you need to be, and just let yourself be open to the opportunities that are coming for you. Okay, let's see what your physical message is. For whoever this reading is meant for this day, Tuesday, May 21st, 2019, what is the spiritual or physical message for whoever this reading is meant for? What is it that they need to know? Whether this is about their finances or their body or their relationships, what is the physical information, their jobs, their home life, anything of that sort? What do they need to know for this day, Monday, May 21st, 2019? Please and thank you. So you got the Magician. So I think you're in a stable place. It is possible that, someone may not be as honest as you would like them to be, and this could be like a landlord for your home. I don't know why, like in my head, as soon as I pulled this out, my brain was like landlord. So I don't know why, but like it could be some sort of domestic situation that you're dealing with. Your landlord could be trying to like take more money. They could be trying to trick you in some way. They could be trying to, they could be just not treating you well or not fixing things, not taking care of things. That happens a lot. So just really be aware of anybody who's kind of trying to pull the wool over your eyes. But the Magician is also a message that you have everything you need. So like even if someone is trying to pull the wool over your eyes, like even if your landlord is trying to play you, you don't have to worry about that because you got everything you need. You're able to handle the situation. You're able to deal with whether you feel like financially you're struggling, you are going to be able to feed yourself and make sure you have a home and like make sure you're able to commute to get to your job so that you can continue supporting yourself. So you are going to have, whoever you are going to have what you need today. And of course, this reading isn't for everybody. And if it doesn't resonate with you, that is totally, totally fine. That just means it's not for you today. Come back tomorrow. Maybe it will be. But for those of you who this is for, I think you are settled. You're good. You have a home. You have what you need. You have the creature comforts that you need. And I feel like, with that 9 that's going on in your spirit, you might just be feeling a little bit discomforted about your home. And again, like it could be your landlord, it could be the person, your roommates, it could be, something up with your living situation that just doesn't sit right with you and doesn't feel right. And of course, nobody's telling you not to trust yourself. I'm just telling you that you have what you need to handle it, okay? So let's see if there are any other messages for you. Are there any other messages for whoever this reading is meant for Tuesday, May 21st, 2019? Are there any other guiding messages for them to take with them as they go through the rest of this evening for this day, Tuesday, May 21st, 2019? Please and thank you. Interesting. So you have the 8 of Swords, the Ace of Cups, the Empress, the 5 of Swords. I'll pull one more, and the Knight of Cups. Okay. So we started with the 8 of Swords, which lets me know that whatever situation you're worried about or you're dealing with that maybe doesn't seem that positive, it's not as big as you're making it seem. It's not as big as you're feeling. I think this is telling you that it's really kind of time to accept your culpability in the situation and accept that you're struggling somehow. a lot of it is because you're either not seeing the truth, or you're aware of it, but you're not actually acknowledging the truth of this situation. So you're kind of struggling because, and this is, I feel like this is kind of in your head. It's kind of like a mental struggle. Like you're either really worried about something, you're really scared about something, you're really angry about something, and this is mostly kind of in your head, the situation that you're just telling yourself you can't get out of, and so you're going to go ahead and keep feeling this way, keep feeling this anger, but this anger isn't serving you. And like there, and I say that very specifically because anger and sadness and fear and all of these negative emotions, all of these harsh emotions, they are necessary many, many times. Like, if you're facing down a bear, fear is necessary. If you have $2 in the bank and rent is due in 2 days and you're not getting paid, fear is necessary. It's time to worry. It's time to stop yourself in whatever choices you've been making that have put you in that position, whatever things have been happening that put you in that position. It's really time to look at those things and be honest about how either you participated in allowing those things to happen, because quite often when we end up in these situations, they're not as surprising as we like to tell ourselves they are. We can kind of see them coming from a week, 2 weeks off, a month off, even longer. We can see these things coming, but we don't deal with it until it's too late. And I think that's kind of what you're facing right now. But then we have the Ace of Cups. So I feel like this is something, again, that you had a little bit of time to realize, and now you're at this position where you really need to open your eyes up and look at it dead on and say, okay, this is the situation I am in. This is how I feel about this situation. Okay, these are my feelings, and I don't have to let them hold me, in this position. There is a way out. And I think that you're starting to realize that I think you're starting to realize, like, you're not just going to stay in this position. You're not just going to stay in this mindset. I think you're starting to come out of it, and it's going to take maybe some time. It could be something that you did over the most recent full moon, that you, like, maybe you did some sort of ritual or something to let go of these habits. Whatever it is, you're actually starting to see these in yourself, and you're starting to be aware that you're the one who's able to fix it. You're the one who's able to take care of it and heal it. And it's not going to be an easy change for you. This is like, it's going to be a mental battle for sure. It's going to be something that you're going to be working through old habits. You're going to be doing a lot of probably shadow work, a lot of like healing of these dark aspects of yourself. But I think you're going to come out victorious. I think you're going to come out of the situation triumphant, even though right now it doesn't seem like you don't really clearly see the way out, or you're aware of the way out, but you're not really sure how you're going to achieve it, how you're going to get there, or you just don't believe in yourself and your ability to do that. But I think giving yourself some time, give yourself a little bit of just a little bit of space, a little bit of time, a little bit of energy. And again, if you didn't, or I don't say again, but if you did do a spiritual thing, let yourself know that that's coming, that change is coming, a ritual. If you didn't do a ritual, it might be time to do something to help bring that change about in yourself and in your soul, and help go through that mindset shift that you're going to need to go through. Even though, like I said, it's not going to necessarily be easy. Be aware of how you're communicating these experiences with yourself and with others, because this is a point where you could end up in arguments, you could end up in fights, you could end up angry at yourself because of the thoughts that you're working through, and because you're trying to be as nurturing and honest with yourself about these things. You're trying to say, okay, these are my issues, this is what I've been doing to hold myself back, this is the behavior that hasn't been serving me, hasn't been working for me, and now I need to take care of it. But while you're looking at that energy, there's the possibility that you're going to start telling yourself, oh, because I've been angry all this time, I'm just a bad person, or because I did this in my past, I'm obviously not as good a person as I'm trying to be, and maybe, there's no fixing it, maybe I'm just this way forever. Don't let yourself think that, okay? Don't let yourself hold on to that. This is something for you to really push yourself through. And again, like I said, be very nurturing with yourself through these things, but be honest. Be as honest as you can. And I think you're going to find that you're so much happier when you've worked through this problem, when you've come to accept that you are in a safe place. Like I said, you have all the tools that you need to overcome this situation. You have the support from friends and family, the spiritual support, and there will be some spiritual opportunities coming to you. And this may be one of those. The spiritual opportunity is allowing you to see your shadow and to work through it so that you can start to heal what needs healing right now, so that you can come to this place where you are more sure of who you are, more sure of how you feel, of your spirit, of your goals, of your dreams. Okay, you're more ready to take the next step in your life. But again, you do have to come through this. You do have to work through your shadow, and like I said, take care of yourself, be nurturing with yourself, give yourself the time that you need, and be as honest as possible with yourself, be open, and be aware of how you're communicating with yourself and with others, so that you're not pulling yourself further and further into that shadow. The point is to learn from it and to grow from it so that you can heal and move on to bigger, better things. Okay, so that is your reading for Tuesday, Tuesday, May 21st, 2019. Thank you so, so very much for being here. I will see you tomorrow. Have a beautiful, wonderful, and amazing evening. And remember, always, always, always that I love you. Bye.